Aarhus N is a postal district in the city of Aarhus, consisting of Trøjborg, Risskov, Vejlby, Skejby, Vorrevangen and Christiansbjerg, all with postal code 8200. Aarhus N is an abbreviation for Aarhus Nord, lit. Aarhus North, and is located north of the city centre. It is the highest lying area of Aarhus. Many of the neighborhoods in the district were once small, separated farms and villages, but developed and grew through the Industrial Revolution and later merged with the rest of Aarhus. Aarhus N has 34,512 inhabitants. 2016 statistics. Boroughs and neighborhoods. Christiansbjerg. Christiansbjerg is one of Aarhus's older boroughs, located beyond the historic city centre. In the 1500 to 1800s, this area was covered by agricultural fields and pastures with grazing livestock. In the 1800s, several larger farms was built here and the names, such as Katrineberg, Reinhoj, Hojvang and Vorrevangen, is still in use today. In the beginning of the 1900s, the development of Christiansbjerg was initiated as a small independent town, but the urban constructions really first took off in the 1930s and 1940s, when a lot of new houses and apartments were erected. Now several urban squares has given the borough its own structure and identity, with an urban centre on Stjernpladsen, lit. The Star Square, and lots of shops and small businesses. In recent decades, large institutions and storehouses have also appeared. The area has easy access to and from the harbour and the city centre of Aarhus and comprise large residential areas, educational institutions, many facilities for sports. The large shopping mall of Store Centre Nord recently expanded, several dormitories and many student residents, just next to the university campus. Today, Christiansbjerg has around 22,000 inhabitants, and has grown to become an important part of Aarhus. In the northernmost parts of Christiansbjerg, beyond the ring road of Ring 2 and west of Randesvej, there is a large business park comprising many educational institutions, sports facilities and businesses. Only a few residential apartment buildings are here. The business park extends well into the borough of Skejby, all the way to the old village of Skejby itself, and is known as Business Park Skejby. Important facilities in the Christiansbjerg part of this area includes the doctor headquarters, Danmarks Medie og Journalisthøjskole, Danish School of Media and Journalism, and Aarhus Tech Center for Technical Vet Educations. The sports center comprise Aarhus Skøjtehal, an indoor ice rink, Christiansbjergallen, a sports hall, Idrætsdagsfolkskolen Ida, a folk high school for sports, and full-size outdoor association football fields. Katrineberg Katrineberg is a small neighborhood within Christiansbjerg and is known for its IT center of IT Bayern Katrineberg, English, IT City Katrineberg, begun in 1999. It is now the largest IT center in Denmark and both IT businesses, administration and education are represented here. Risskov Risskov forms a larger residential area, comprised primarily by detached family houses. There are almost no shops, cafe or business going on here, but the neighborhood houses a stadium, facilitating association football, tennis and athletics. There is also an area of allotments in the northern parts and easy access to the nature sites of Risskov and Vorrevangen. Trøjborg is located north of Aarhus Sea and to the east of Christiansbjerg. Along the coast, around 11,000 people are living here, with many university students. With its short distance to downtown and the nature of Risskov and the bay, Trøjborg has also attracted many non-students also. The borough works almost like an independent town village within the city of Aarhus. having its own distinct architectural charm, shopping district and cultural life. There are about 100 stores here, a cinema, grocery and fruit markets, plenty cafe, bars and restaurants, and the supermarkets Lovbjerg and Rema 1000. The architecture of Trøjborg presents a typical Danish working-class townscape from the late 1800s to early 1900s. The area underwent a modernization from 2001 to 2006, with wider sidewalks, reconstructions of the urban space and a few new buildings. Marienland and Risskov. Marienland comprise the northern tip of Trøjborg, near the traffic meeting point of Granare, Nordre Ringgade and Dronning Margrethes Vej. It is a residential area of mostly single houses with a distinct architectural design. Marienland is also the name of a terminus for several bus lines going around and through Aarhus, and it is the official gateway to the forest park of Risskov. Risskov stretches along the coast of the bay and is a public forest park now enclosed by the city. It is one of Aarhus' more significant landmarks and is popular with residents and tourists, and has been for hundreds of years. Along the coast, there is a small beach and a sea bath, open during the summer months, separated from the woods by the regional rail line. Vorrevangen, located just north of Risskov. Vorrevangen is also primarily a quiet residential area, but the buildings here are different. They are a mix of apartment buildings and row houses, with a few small detached family houses in between. Vorrevangen is centered on the large school of Vorrevangsskolen, and there is a small shopping area in the south, at the ring road of Ring 2 close to Risskov. Skejby. Skejby is a former rural village that has recently merged with the expanding city. The village of Skejby and the typical whitewashed village church is still present here, but the modern Skejby neighborhood extends far beyond this small settlement. Vejlby. Vejlby is another former village that has merged with the expanding city. The whitewashed village church and adjoining graveyard is still present, and the surrounding area still has a little bit of the former village charm, even though the local Crow Danish Inn closed in the 2000s. In Denmark, village inns traditionally functioned as local centers for larger gatherings and celebrations, and an opportunity for visitors and travelers to stay overnight. In the late 20th century, the neighborhood of Vejlby was merged with Risskov to administratively form the Vejlby-Risskov district, all part of Aarhus N. Risskov, a rather large neighborhood on the seaside slopes north of the urban forest of Risskov, with a splendid view of the Bay of Aarhus and easy access to the beach. This area comprises many large mansions and detached houses, and it has a history as an affluent neighborhood. In the late 20th century, Risskov was administratively merged with Vejlby to form the Vejlby-Risskov district. Transportation. Train. Aarhus N has sparse rail service. Regional trains only run on the far east in Trøjborg. Along the coast, there are only 2 stops, a station in Trøjborg and a small platform east of Risskov. Light rail. The Aarhus Council have planned for years to build a light rail line to help develop the infrastructure in the city. The rail line is planned to follow the main road, Nordre Brigade, which forms the border between Vesterbro and Trøjborg. In May 2008, the expansion of the road from 4 lanes to 6 lanes started. The 2 new lanes will serve as bus lanes until the light rail is put in place. This section of the light rail is the first of several, eventually covering many old and planned urban areas in and around Aarhus. As of the beginning of 2010, planning of the rail has entered a hearing phase. The first lines should run on Nordre Brigade in 2017. Bus. Aarhus N is served by several bus lines, both intra and intercity. There are no manned bus terminals in Aarhus N, but some buses terminate at smaller hubs. See also Other postal districts in Aarhus includes Aarhus V, Aarhus C, Vejlby J, Hodgebjerg, Brabrand. Sources: Christiansbjerg, Danish. Trøjborg, Danish.